Jim Avellino, help370change.com. Last night was a meeting. Bill tried to ridicule one of the members that asked a legitimate question. He got smart with his answers. The question was, how many delegates, how many reps do we have now? And he said one more than we had before. So Rich Darrow said, listen, why are you being smart? I asked a legitimate question. So then Doug backed off and answered his question. It's like a schoolyard bully, these guys. I can't understand why they want to be this way. I asked Doug a question to explain a comment he made, and he outright lied and said he didn't make the comment. Then when I told him it was a comment that he had made to the superintendent on my job, he said, who? He's been on the job a half a dozen times. You know who Jason is? Jason Drake is the superintendent for GEA. We're building a cooling tower. He played like he didn't know who it was. Why do they choose to go this way? Why can't they just be honorable union men? The comment Doug made was that he doesn't represent the Carpenters. He represents the Empire Council. So he shouldn't be the vice president and the council rep, one or the other, if he can't represent both in his own terms, his own words. He can't represent them both. One man, one job. That's what I believe should be going on here. Instead of they crowd all the offices, one guy's got 2, 3, 4 things going on. You can't help but be a conflict. It's like the steward being the foreman. It's no good for business. Have you heard that before? You got anything to say?
Yeah, I personally thought it was a good meeting last night. I think a lot got accomplished. I think these guys know that we're seriously not playing games anymore. They know that we're very serious about our trade. We take our trade deeply, deeply serious, and we care about our benefits. We care about our, everything that this union is supposed to stand for. Okay, we need to work on parliamentary procedure within this with the union meetings. I personally think that it's not being followed properly. Of course, who am I? I'm not the president. Okay. I've never been an elected official, but I'm trying my damnedest to try to be an elected official. And I really, really would like to see people run for office. I want to see people step up to the plate, even if they don't win. I had a guy come to me last night and say, you know what, Chuck, I want to run for treasurer. Not treasurer, I want to run for trustee.
Nominate guys you think you trust. Nominate guys you think can win. Ask somebody to nominate you. That's the whole deal with the union. It's fair to run people for offices, to get these guys out.
Yeah.
They've been there too long. They don't care about the membership anymore. They care about their 60-year pensions and how much more they can get. Believe me, they are going to drop out and retire as soon as they lose an election. Neither one of them is going to pick up a toolbox again and come out here and work. They're done. They're tired. They're sick and tired. They're tired of being fair. They just want to take care of their friends, and they want to get as much money added to their pension as possible. Benefits went to 700 hours from 400 hours. It's a 75% increase. Now they take a quarter more out of our raise last night. You're only going to get $1 out of $1.75.
Which is a lot considering.
It's another 25 cents an hour.
Well, no, the dollar. I mean, we're going to get an actual $1 in our check. And listen, now let me talk.
Hold on. First of all, we waited. This is a 5-year contract. We didn't get any raises yet. We got 50 cents. They took it. We got quarter. They took it. Right. This is the first time we're supposed to get $1.75, and they took 75 cents of it. Okay? The pension, now it's underfunded. We got to get the money back in. I understand that. Health care, another 25 cents. Now it's $6.45 an hour. If you add it up for a year, it's $12,200 a year you're paying. Now it's going to be $12,800 a year. How much do we have to pay for insurance that we can get the same insurance for $5,000? Double is bad. Now it's more than double. I think we need a forensic accountant to figure out where all the money is gone that we paid over the last 40 years, the last 30 years, the last 20 years. You guys had only been in 6, 7, 8 years. Where is all of that money gone? You're paying so much money in, and these funds don't have any money. Why is it? The trustees of the funds, the fund coordinators, they get paid such high salaries, and they manage more than one fund, 2, 3, 4 funds. They're trustees for many funds. What's going on here? The International figured out a system how to take the money. That's what we got to stop. Section 25B in our own UBC Constitution. It says that we can get back our rights. You guys got to come to the meetings and vote this thing in. If you don't, you're going to take it on the chin, one right after the other. You're going to keep taking hooks and jabs until they knock you down.
It's going to take a long time, Jimmy. What is happening now is something new. Like I said it again, nobody wants to ridicule these guys, but we just want them to be fair, do their jobs, and we won't have to ridicule them.
They're beyond change. They're not going to change and stop what they're doing.
Do? I know, I'm not saying
Once they got greedy, they don't care anymore. That's the bottom line.
Don't you think we need new blood inside this
A clean sweep. We have to vote every one of the hand-picked Hicks people off the podium. Come to the next election and vote against every incumbent. I don't care if it's a name you don't even recognize, never ran before. Vote for them. Get these guys, give someone else the opportunity to be honorable and fair. Every one of you 205 members on the list should come to the next meeting and face these guys that haven't called you. Let them sit there on the podium with their big paychecks and their fat wallets.
Absolutely.
And look at your faces out here. The whole auditorium should be filled with men out of work. I'm fortunate to have this job. I was lucky. You know why? Because I got laid off in November last year and went to work in March. I don't see that's lucky, but at least I'm not stuck on the list in May. Every one of you guys should come to the next meeting and face these guys. Where are these jobs going? Where are all the calls that come into the hall? Who comes off the list? Why isn't the list moving? These guys got control. And they keep sending the same people out repeatedly. It's jobs for votes. They don't want to lose the next election an easy paycheck.
Let's talk about
They got blisters on calluses on their ass, shiny seats on their clothes, and they don't care about us. They don't care about you guys on that list. I guarantee you that. If they did, you'd be getting some phone calls.
Jimmy.
I can't help it.
I know. You're frustrated.
Don Vito got a 40-year pin yesterday.
That's good.
December, I'll have 45 years watching these clowns. One succession after the other. Some of the officers were fair their first term. Right after the first term and they got a foothold and figured out how to give out jobs for votes, they started to get this way. And they get worse and worse and worse. How many years did Doug and Billy run unopposed? That's why they're so goddamn cocky. That's why they think they're better than everybody. And they're not at all. You can take them down easily. Come and vote against all the incumbents next election. Come to the meetings. If all you 200 guys came to the last election and didn't vote for them, they wouldn't be here right now, and you probably wouldn't be on the list.
I'm sure they heard you this time, Dave.
You keep telling me speak up. Well, I'm hot because Doug tried to ridicule me at the meeting last night, and all I did was ignore him. I wasn't going to feed into his crap.
Let's talk.
Never mind this easy shit. It ain't easy out here. It's easy in that office.
I know.